Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on the SteelSeries Rival 3 mouse, so if you're interested, stay tuned. So we all know that this mouse is definitely a budget mouse at $30, but is it worth the hype? So I'm going to go over that now, and usually when I do reviews, I do the pros and cons, and I start with the cons first, that way we end on a good note, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some general features before we do the pros and cons. The mouse is rated at 60 million clicks, so you can tell right off the bat that it is a tough and durable mouse, and it is built to last. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit all 6 buttons, so that way you can just hear what the mouse actually sounds like when you're clicking away. So now I'll put measurements on the screen on how big the actual mouse is. I would consider this a medium-sized mouse. It's not super tiny or super huge, so keep that in mind, especially if you have big hands, because if you have bigger hands, this mouse might not be the one for you. It's on the lighter side at 77 grams, so for me personally, that's a little bit on the light side, and I would like just a little bit of a heavier mouse, so that when you're holding it, you can really feel it in your hands and you know where it is. This mouse is designed for right-handers. It's ergonomically shaped for the right hand only. So sorry left-handers, but you can't use this mouse. The grip style for this mouse is either fingertip or claw. So you can palm it, but it's not really made for that. SteelSeries recommends if you're a palm gripper that you use the Rival 310 instead. So I've actually tried using it as a palm mouse, and you can do it, but it's better if you use what they recommend because it's going to be more fitted for that type of grip. But I'm naturally a claw gripper, so I've been testing this mouse out playing a lot of CSGO, and it's been totally fine for me using that grip. So now I'm going to go over the pros and cons. Usually I start with the cons first, but this is the only review I've ever done where I have 0 cons. That's how awesome this mouse is. So we're going to go straight to the pros, and these are in no particular order. And the first one is price. How are you going to find a mouse, a gaming mouse, at this price range, $30? It is awesome that this mouse is $30 and it blows away the competition. The next cheapest mouse you'll find is the Razer Viper Mini, which is $40, so it's a little bit more expensive. You could compare it, but then you're also going to be spending a little bit more money, and then there's also many more options at $50. So in the $30 range, this is definitely the only mouse that's out there that, can compete with more expensive mice at $50 or even more. I really like the way they designed the feet on this mouse. It just makes gliding the mouse over your mouse pad nice and smooth. And so I don't even have a gaming mouse pad. I just have one of your normal kind of spongy, rough mouse pads, and it just glides effortlessly across that. And so it also doesn't really make that much noise as well, which is really nice just because it's just annoying to have to hear that noise. So not that much noise, and it glides really nicely over any mouse pad. As I mentioned earlier, there's 6 buttons on this mouse, but I want to point out that 4 and 5, the ones that are near your thumb, kind of have me worried because I don't usually buy mice that have buttons in that area. And I was a little bit worried when I bought this mouse, but it has those 2 buttons have given me 0 problems. And I've been playing a lot of intense CSGO deathmatch rounds, and it has been totally fine. They have not gotten in the way at all. RGB has always been a big thing in the gaming culture, and so at $30, I'm not even expecting it, but as you can see, you do get RGB with this mouse, which is really awesome. But do keep in mind though, that light emits heat, so it did get a little bit hot while I was using it playing CSGO, so just keep that in mind that it's going to get a little hot if you have the RGB on. I'm happy I even got RGB with this mouse, but on top of that, SteelSeries has an app called Engine where basically you can customize the RGB. So there's 3 sections for the mouse, and basically you can customize all 3 sections individually if you want, or all of them at once. And so basically you can do anything from solid to flow, and the lighting is really nice and crisp. And even on top of that, within this Engine app, you can also customize it towards certain games as well. So they have a list of games in their app that are customizable. CSGO happens to be one of them, so you can customize your RGB for anything as when you're firing or reloads or your health. So that's just another plus for this mouse from SteelSeries. The mouse does have onboard memory, so basically what that means is once you set up the software in your computer and you customize your DPI and your pull rating and all that stuff, basically it is saved inside the mouse. So let's say you have a friend that has a new computer and you want to test out your mouse with his or her rig, then basically all you need to do is just plug in your mouse, and all the settings that you've set up through your app on your computer are already saved, and you don't have to reinstall the app on their computer and do the whole process over again. It's already ready to go. You just plug the mouse in and you can start playing. The mouse has the TrueMove core sensor, and it is super smooth and super accurate. And I think for most gaming mice these days, they're going to be super smooth and accurate. So basically there's no exception to this one. This one is just as good as all the other ones. The rubber cabling is nice and smooth, and it doesn't catch the end of your mouse pad or fray it up. But I would recommend you use a mouse bungee when using any mouse, because that's just going to get you better performance that way. So honestly, I think this mouse is the complete package, not just for somebody who's on a budget looking for a cheap mouse, but if you're a gamer, you should definitely check this mouse out because it has all the features you need for top quality performance. So that's all I've got on this SteelSeries Rival 3 gaming mouse. Let me know in the comments if you end up buying this mouse or which other mice you're comparing it to. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.